Hey, welcome to In Your Face. I'm Anthony Simonelli alongside Dan Studer. We're here to talk about everything that's going on around the country that's happened in about a week or so. So first of all, let's talk about the All-Star game. How do you feel about that, Dan?
Well, I'm not a big fan of who has the better record determining who gets home field advantage in the World Series. I'm glad that it's not whoever wins the All-Star game gets home field advantage. I think they should go back to how it used to be, where it alternated between the American League team and the National League team that made it to the World Series.
Yeah, I feel like the old way was not a good way because, say, a guy from the Boston Red Sox hits a home run to win the World Series, and he brings the New York Yankees to home field advantage in the World Series. They're not going to like that, so I feel like better record is a more convenient way to do the All-Star game.
Do you really think that the better record is the best way?
Yes, I do, because whoever has the better record should technically be the home field advantage because they're the top seed. They've earned it. So.
Well, what about? I mean, take a look at the Yankees right now. The Yankees are in a little bit of a slump. They had a rough June, and they're not having the best July right now either. And they're only around I think they're no more than 10 games over 500. And say that they will go up against the Cubs. The Cubs aren't having the best season either. Say that the National League gets it. Say that the American League gets it. Don't you think that that's more fair that the Yankees get it since let me restart. Excuse me. I think that the best way is to rotate it between the American League and the National League. That way, it's it doesn't matter about who plays better, and it's not about whether the American League or the National League team has better players. It's just whatever it just happens to fall on.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. So, do you think Aaron Judge will be the next face of the New York Yankees?
Yes and no at the same time. I feel like he was going to be one of the two next faces of the New York Yankees. I feel like the other one might be with him, along with Aaron Judge, might be Gary Sanchez. But I think that Greg Bird also has potential when he comes back from injury.
I feel like Aaron Judge is like Gary Sanchez last year. Gary Sanchez had a very good year last year. This year he's still doing all right, but he hasn't gotten the hype that he's deserved because Aaron Judge has stolen it from him. I feel like somebody will come up next year and steal the hype from Aaron Judge, and he'll be the new face of the New York Yankees.
Well, let's not forget that Gary Sanchez is out for almost a month with injury. I think he had a problem with his forearm. But I mean, let's not another person that we don't want to take any credit and fame away from, because he definitely deserves it, is Greg Bird. This guy has taken so much, and it must be the curse of first baseman with the Yankees, because first it was Teixeira. He was constantly injured. He had the problem with the pinky. I believe it was his catching hand. But he still was definitely one of the best Yankee players. Definitely one of the best first basemen. I think that Greg Bird does deserve that credibility, so it's not just going to be Judge. Sanchez is definitely going to come back. He deserves as much as Judge should be getting, and definitely Greg Bird for the amount of stuff that he's been taking.
Yeah, I feel like that first baseman curse is still going on today, because they're still struggling to find a good first baseman.
Chris Carter recently released.
Yeah, let's move on to the last topic of today, and that is how long do you think it is before the New York Yankees find a new captain?
I personally think it's going to be a while. If you go back to 39 and then 69, there's a 30-year difference between when Lou Gehrig and Thurman Munson were the captain of the New York Yankees. Let's not forget that what happened to Lou Gehrig was an absolute tragedy. And it should never be forgotten until the one day, George Steinbrenner walked up to Thurman Munson, called him into his office and said, "Hey, we need a captain, and it's you." Derek Jeter had a great 20-year career, probably one of the best captains the Yankees will ever have. I really think that it's going to be a while until the Yankees pick a new captain, just because of how good Derek Jeter's career was.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't feel like there's one specific player that's going to come out and be the captain because of how good Derek Jeter actually was and how he led this team. So I don't feel like they have a true leader on their team right now. So until that happens, I don't feel like there's going to be a captain. That's it for today. Let's wrap it up. I'm Anthony Simonelli alongside
Dan Studer.
And this is In Your Face. Goodbye.